Pennies shouldn't be used. Have you ever wondered if the penny's time has passed? If you just wanted one single dollar in change, stores might give you 100 small old pennies. That wouldn't even fit in your wallet. Once my sister and I went to Burger King and she paid $7 instead of $6. The person at the counter gave us 100 little pennies. My parents actually know a person named Olga. She works at Whole Foods. Whole Foods thinks that they shouldn't use pennies in their stores countrywide. Whole Foods also thinks that pennies have no comparison to quarters, nickels, dimes, and dollars. Pennies shouldn't be used because stores should either round up or round down. They can cause a fuss when clerks won't spare 2 cents for the customer. In camp, I went on a field trip to the zoo. At the zoo, we went to eat lunch, and when I wanted to buy my lunch, I didn't have 4 more cents. The clerk said that I have to pay him 4 more cents or no lunch, so then I had to panhandle with my counselors. They at least cared a bit, so they gave me a nickel. When I paid for the lunch, the clerk gave me change. Really? A penny? Also, when stores choose prices, they always choose a random number under 10, and they add it to the price. Example, $10.74. Rounding up or rounding down are helpful because when you don't, you have to dig into your pocket, count like 10 pennies. Let's say you drop like 4. Then you have to bend down and maybe, just maybe, you have back pain. Then you yell in terror. I don't like to go through that if I had back pain. Once I saw $14.87 for a hamburger. Really? Where did they get the 0.07? Thanks to banks, we don't have to worry about that 0.09 or 0.34. Banks remove that fraction by stealing it. And if you agree with this essay, you agree that banks should take that fraction. Banks do this because the fraction doesn't really matter. I agree. Pennies also shouldn't be used because they are a waste of resources like zinc and copper. Zinc may not be as valuable as copper. If I stripped all the copper from every penny my family owns, it would probably add up to $2,000. The government actually deployed its last batch of pennies on April 1st, 2011. If the mint never made pennies, we would be able to make all the copper goodies like pots and pans. Zinc is added to quarters, dimes, and nickels. They are also good for your diet and health. And by using zinc, we also waste other resources. By using zinc, we use magnesium and nickel. Aluminum. It doesn't seem like they aren't producing pennies anymore, because the mint already made billions and billions already. Pennies are a waste of resources like copper and zinc. We could have used all that zinc for other elements that contribute to other coins like quarters, dimes, and nickels. What if we keep producing pennies and we run out of copper? Then we need that copper for some part in a time machine. And instead of a golden buffalo, maybe we could create a copper buffalo. But we couldn't make a copper buffalo without more copper. So again, pennies are a waste of resources like zinc and copper. The main ingredient to zinc is aluminum. And aluminum can be used to make tools, vehicles, and cans. Here's a list of why we shouldn't use pennies because they waste resources. The first reason is, why should we use pennies if they use resources to make other coins like the Susan B. Anthony? And that coin is actually commemorative and special. So if this essay was powerful, please don't try to use pennies. Mimi Incorporated, copyright 2012 AD or CE.